Right, ready to dive into something pretty cool. We're talking blockchain and cryptocurrency today.
Yeah.
I know those words.
It can be a little intimidating.
They can sound a little intimidating, right? But trust me,
Yeah.
by the end of this deep dive, you'll not only understand the basics, but also see why this stuff is genuinely exciting. And
Yeah, and what's fascinating about this particular deep dive is that we're focusing on a network called Kiribatum.
okay.
It's not just another crypto project. It uses something called a sidechain,
Okay.
which is like a superhighway express lane for transactions,
I like that.
potentially making things faster and cheaper.
Okay. Side chains. Intriguing.
Yeah.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's make sure we're all on the same page.
Yep.
Could you give us like a quick rundown of blockchain and cryptocurrency, like you're explaining it to someone at a coffee shop?
Absolutely. Imagine a digital ledger,
Yep.
like a giant spreadsheet
Right.
shared across tons of computers. Every time someone sends money or buys something using cryptocurrency, it's recorded on this ledger. And because it's constantly being checked by all these computers, it's incredibly secure.
So it's like a massive, constantly updated record book that everyone can see and trust.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now tell me about Kiribatum. What makes it stand out in this world of digital ledgers and currencies?
Kiribatum is unique because of its use of sidechain technology,
Okay.
which allows it to potentially process transactions much faster and with lower fees
Okay.
compared to more traditional blockchains.
Okay, faster and cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm already liking where this is going. But what about their cryptocurrency?
Right.
It's called Kiribatum Bird Money, right?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, what's the story behind that?
Kiribatum Bird Money is actually a token that operates on a pre-minted smart contract.
Okay.
In simpler terms, all the tokens were created up front instead of being gradually mined like, say, Bitcoin.
Wait, so no mining?
That's right.
Isn't mining like a big part of the whole cryptocurrency thing?
Yeah, it often is.
What are the implications of like skipping that
Oh,
step?
that's a great observation. And you're right, mining is often associated with cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
But with Kiribatum's approach,
Hmm.
they potentially eliminate the massive energy consumption that comes with traditional mining,
Okay.
making it much more environmentally friendly.
So with Kiribatum, you're saying I could potentially use cryptocurrency without feeling guilty about the environmental impact.
Yeah.
That's a game changer for someone like me who's like trying to be mindful of their carbon footprint.
Right.
Are there any downsides to this pre-minted approach?
There can be.
Okay.
One potential concern is that if the initial distribution of tokens isn't handled carefully, it could lead to some people having an unfair advantage or control over the network.
It's all about balance and like careful planning, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got this super efficient sidechain, eco-friendly tokens. But what about the tech behind it all?
Yeah.
What's keeping everything secure and running smoothly?
The Kiribatum network relies on something called the Federal Byzantine algorithm.
Okay.
It's basically a complex system that ensures everyone on the network agrees on the validity of transactions, even if some bad actors try to disrupt things. Think of it as a high-tech security system for your digital assets.
So even if someone tries to hack the network, this algorithm keeps things safe.
Yeah, in theory.
Okay, that's reassuring.
Yeah.
But doesn't operating on a separate sidechain like limit Kiribatum's connections to other platforms?
Not at all. Kiribatum is designed to be very versatile.
Okay.
It integrates with a bunch of other platforms,
Ooh.
including big names like Ethereum and Avalanche.
That's impressive. I'm seeing a pattern here. Faster, cheaper, eco-friendly, secure, and widely connected.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about something I'm personally excited about, Web3. I know Kiribatum utilizes this technology, but what does that actually mean for someone using the network? Paint a picture for me.
Imagine a world where your digital life is truly in your control.
Okay.
Web3 is all about decentralization and putting users in charge of their data and assets. With Kiribatum, this translates to a user experience that's seamless and intuitive.
So we're talking like user-friendly wallets, secure transactions, and maybe even NFTs.
You got it.
Okay.
NFTs could play a big role in the Kiribatum ecosystem, enabling unique digital ownership and new ways to interact with the network.
Okay, this is getting really interesting. We've got the efficiency of a sidechain,
Right.
the eco-friendly pre-minted tokens, the security of a sophisticated algorithm, and the user-friendly power of Web3.
Yeah.
What else could there be?
Well, there's one more thing that really caught my eye. They have this feature called Flash Swap for instant token swaps.
Wait, instant?
Yes.
Like I wouldn't have to wait for confirmations or anything.
That's the idea.
That sounds incredibly convenient. Why is that such a big deal?
It's a game changer because it potentially eliminates the need for traditional waiting periods,
Huh.
making trading incredibly efficient and opening up new possibilities for how people manage their digital assets.
Okay, I'm officially impressed. They've thought of everything.
Yeah.
But with all these features and transactions happening, how does the network handle all that activity? The source material mentioned something about clouds and kybernetics,
Yeah.
which sounded pretty futuristic.
Right.
Can you shed some light on that?
Clouds and kybernetics simply refers to Kiribatum's clever use of technology.
Okay.
They leverage cloud computing for scaling and optimization,
Okay.
ensuring the network can handle a high volume of transactions.
Oh, wow.
And the kybernetics aspect means they've carefully chosen specific hardware,
Okay.
like AMD and Windows-based systems,
Okay.
to boost performance.
So they're using the power of the cloud to make sure things run smoothly no matter how many people are using the network.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart. But I have to admit, there's one last thing I'm dying to know more about Baobab.
Oh, yeah.
The source material only hinted at it, but it sounds intriguing. What are baobabs in the context of this network?
Baobabs are specialized applications within the Kiribatum network,
Yeah.
offering unique functionalities and possibilities.
Okay.
Think of them as branches of the network, each with its own special purpose.
That's such a tease. It definitely leaves
Yeah.
me wanting more. So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the Kiribatum network.
We have.
It seems like a truly innovative project with a lot of potential.
Definitely.
I'm especially excited about the potential for sidechains, the eco-friendly approach to their tokens,
Yeah.
and of course, the mysterious baobabs.
Welcome back.
Oh, I like that.
It's time to shift gears from the technical details of the
Yeah.
Kiribatum network and explore how this technology could actually be used
Okay.
in the real world.
Yeah.
It's easy to get lost in the weeds,
Right.
but ultimately what matters is how
Yeah.
this tech can solve real problems.
Exactly. I'm all about seeing how this stuff can make a difference in people's lives.
Right.
So let's get practical. What are some, real-world scenarios where Kiribatum could really shine?
One area where Kiribatum has huge potential is in decentralized finance,
Okay.
or DeFi for short.
DeFi.
Remember how we talked about sidechains enabling faster and cheaper transactions?
Yeah.
Well, that's crucial for DeFi applications like
Yeah.
lending, borrowing, and trading.
I see the connection. So instead of waiting forever for transactions to go through and paying, hefty fees,
Right.
with Kiribatum, things could be much smoother and more affordable.
Exactly.
That would be a game changer, especially compared to some of the, clunky systems out there.
Absolutely. And with its Web3 integration,
Yeah.
Kiribatum could create a much more user-friendly and accessible platform for DeFi, opening up these financial tools to everyday people.
I love that idea, democratizing finance and empowering people to, take control of their money.
Yeah.
It's not just about making things faster and cheaper, but also about making these tools, understandable and accessible to everyone.
I couldn't agree more.
Right.
It's about creating a more level playing field.
Yeah.
But DeFi isn't the only area where Kiribatum could make waves.
Okay, but
Think about supply chain management.
Okay.
Imagine a system where every step of a product's journey, from the raw materials to the finished goods,
Okay.
is tracked and verified on the blockchain.
Okay, I'm picturing it no more shady dealings or wondering where things came from.
Right.
That level of transparency would be huge
Huge.
for industries like manufacturing, retail,
Yeah.
and even for us consumers.
Precisely. We'd know exactly where our products came from, that they're authentic,
Uh-huh.
and all the steps along the way were handled ethically and efficiently.
Yeah.
And because Kiribatum is built for scalability,
Right.
it could handle the massive amount of data generated by complex global supply chains.
So no more bottlenecks or lost information.
Ideally not, though.
Everything's streamlined and transparent.
Exactly.
That's amazing. We've covered DeFi and supply chain management.
Right.
What other exciting applications are on the horizon?
Don't forget about the potential of NFTs and the metaverse.
Ooh, yeah. NFTs.
We talked about Kiribatum's support for NFTs,
Uh-huh.
which can represent unique digital assets.
Yeah.
Think virtual real estate, artwork, in-game items.
Right.
The possibilities are mind-blowing.
As the metaverse evolves, Kiribatum could be a perfect platform for creating, trading, and managing
Yeah.
all these digital assets
Yeah.
securely and efficiently.
And because Kiribatum can talk to other blockchains like Ethereum and Flare,
Yeah.
it opens up the possibility for these NFTs to seamlessly move between different virtual worlds.
Wait, so I could take my, cool virtual sword from one game and use it in another.
Potentially, yes.
That kind of interoperability would be revolutionary.
It would.
It's like the early days of the internet,
Yeah.
where things are just starting to connect and we're only beginning to scratch the surface.
Exactly. It's an exciting time to
Yeah.
be watching this all unfold.
Yeah. And speaking of things we're just starting to understand,
Yeah.
what about those mysterious Bob applications?
Right.
We know they're specialized applications within the network,
Yeah.
but what could that look like in practice?
Right.
I've been dying to know more about that.
It is a bit of a mystery.
It's like they dropped this intriguing little breadcrumb and left us wanting more.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's brainstorm.
Okay.
What kind of Baobab applications would really blow people's minds?
One possibility is that baobabs could enable entirely new types of decentralized applications or dApps.
Apps, okay.
We're talking about going beyond finance and exploring uncharted territory in areas like healthcare, education, or even governance.
Okay, now we're talking. Those are some big ideas
They are.
with the potential to make a real impact.
Yeah.
Let's dive into those a bit deeper.
Sure.
Okay.
For example, imagine a Baobab application that lets patients securely store and manage their medical records on the blockchain.
Okay.
They'd have complete control over their data
Okay.
and could easily share it with doctors or hospitals.
That would be a game changer for patient privacy and data security.
Yeah.
No more messy paper trails or worrying about who has access to your information.
Exactly.
You'd be in the driver's seat.
You would.
That's awesome.
Or how about a Baobab application for decentralized education,
Okay.
where students could earn verifiable credentials for their skills and knowledge?
Yeah.
It could revolutionize how we learn and prove our expertise,
Okay.
empowering people to take control of their educational journey.
Wow, that would turn traditional education on its head. It would be like having a digital portfolio of your
Really?
skills and accomplishments
Exactly.
recognized anywhere in the world.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
And think about the possibilities in governance.
Yeah.
Baobabs could facilitate secure and transparent voting systems, empowering citizens to participate directly in decision-making processes.
Yeah.
It could revitalize democracy and give people a real voice.
It's mind-blowing to think about how these applications could change the world.
It really is.
Yeah.
And these are just a few examples.
Right.
The beauty of Baobabs is that they provide a framework for developers to build and deploy
Uh-huh.
innovative solutions that we can't even imagine yet.
It seems like with Baobabs, the only limit is our imagination.
Yeah, pretty much.
This all sounds incredibly promising.
It does.
But as with any emerging technology, there are challenges and risks to consider.
You're absolutely right. It's
Yeah.
important to approach this with a balanced perspective
No?
and understand that no technology is perfect.
So what are some potential challenges that the Kiribatum Network might face as it continues to develop?
One challenge is scalability
Okay.
as the network grows. And more people start using it,
Right.
they need to make sure it can handle the increased traffic
Mhm.
without slowing down or becoming expensive.
That makes sense. It's like a highway.
Yeah,
If too many cars get on, things can get congested.
exactly.
Right.
Kiribatum's sidechain architecture is designed to address this,
Okay.
but it'll be interesting to see how it performs under real-world conditions.
Right.
Another challenge is security.
Yeah.
While blockchain technology is generally very secure,
Uh-huh.
no system is completely impenetrable.
So it's like having a really strong lock on your door, but there's always a chance someone can find a way to pick it.
That's a good analogy. The Kiribatum team needs to prioritize security audits
Right.
and best practices
Yeah.
to minimize any potential vulnerabilities.
And of course, there's the challenge of adoption.
Yeah, that's a big one.
For any new technology to succeed, it needs people to actually use it.
Absolutely.
How can Kiribatum make sure people get on board and embrace what they have to offer?
It's all about showing people the value, demonstrating how Kiribatum can make their lives easier, more efficient, and more secure.
Uh-huh.
They also need to build a strong community around the platform,
Okay.
fostering a sense of shared purpose and excitement.
It sounds like they've got a lot of work ahead of them,
Yeah.
but also a lot of potential to make a real impact.
It's a classic story of innovation, navigating challenges, and seizing opportunities.
Yeah.
It'll be fascinating to see how Kiribatum evolves
Uh-huh.
and tackles these hurdles to realize its full potential.
Well, this deep dive into Kiribatum's potential applications has been incredibly eye-opening.
Glad to hear it.
I'm starting to grasp how this technology could be a game changer
Yeah,
in so many different ways.
it is exciting.
From revolutionizing finance and supply chains
Yeah.
to empowering individuals with their medical data and creating new educational pathways,
Right.
the possibilities are truly vast.
It's truly inspiring to consider how this technology might reshape our world.
And on that note, we'll wrap up part 2 of our exploration. Welcome back to our final deep dive into the Kiribatum Network.
Yeah.
We've talked about the potential applications,
Right.
but now it's time to zoom out and look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
What are the implications of this technology, not just for specific industries,
Yeah.
but for society as a whole?
That's a crucial question.
Yeah.
With any powerful tool, it's not enough to just look at what it can do.
Right.
We have to consider how it might be used and what impact it could have on people and the world around us.
Exactly. So let's dive into some of those big picture questions.
Sure.
One that's always top of mind for me is the environmental impact.
Yeah.
We know some cryptocurrencies have been criticized for their energy consumption.
Right.
How does Kiribatum approach this challenge?
We talked earlier about how Kiribatum Bird Money uses a pre-minted system,
Yeah.
meaning there's no energy-intensive mining involved.
Right.
That significantly reduces its environmental footprint compared to traditional cryptocurrencies.
Okay, so that's a big plus for Kiribatum.
Yeah.
But are there other environmental factors to consider beyond just the energy used for mining?
Well, one thing to think about is the cloud computing infrastructure.
Okay.
Kiribatum relies on those massive data centers.
Right.
And while many providers are moving towards renewable energy, there's still an environmental impact associated with powering and cooling those servers.
So it's important for Kiribatum and any blockchain project using cloud computing
Yeah,
to be transparent about their energy usage and work towards sustainability.
absolutely. Transparency and a commitment to reducing their footprint are essential for any tech company today,
Right.
especially in the blockchain space.
Now, let's shift gears to another important aspect,
Go.
accessibility.
Yeah.
We've talked about how Web3 and DeFi can democratize finance.
Right.
But is there a risk of creating a digital divide where certain people are left behind?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Access to technology, digital literacy, even basic financial knowledge can be barriers for some individuals and communities.
So how can we ensure that blockchain technology and platforms like Kiribatum are truly inclusive and benefit everyone, not just a select few?
It starts with education and outreach.
Okay.
We need to make these concepts easy to understand,
Yeah.
provide information in multiple languages and formats,
Right.
and create opportunities for everyone to participate.
It's like building a bridge across the digital divide,
Yeah,
making sure everyone has the tools and knowledge to cross it.
exactly. And it's not just about access to technology. It's
Right.
also about representation within the blockchain industry itself.
Uh-huh.
We need diverse voices and perspectives to shape this technology,
Yeah.
so it reflects the needs and values of everyone.
Okay, let's talk about another hot topic, regulation.
Yeah.
The world of cryptocurrency has often operated in a bit of a gray area.
It has.
But as it becomes more mainstream,
Right.
how do you see regulation playing out, and what does it mean for Kiribatum?
Regulation is inevitable and in many ways necessary.
Okay.
Clear guidelines protect consumers, prevent fraud,
Mhm.
and ensure the stability of the financial system as a whole.
But doesn't regulation also risk stifling innovation?
It's possible.
Some argue that too much oversight could hinder the growth of the industry.
It's a balancing act.
Yeah.
Overly restrictive regulations could definitely hold things back.
Right.
But well-designed regulations can actually foster innovation
Okay.
by providing clarity and building trust among users and investors.
So finding that sweet spot between protecting people and allowing for innovation
Right.
is crucial for projects like Kiribatum.
Absolutely. And I think we're starting to see a shift towards more collaborative approaches with regulators and industry leaders working together to create frameworks that support both responsible innovation and consumer safety.
All right, final big picture question. What are the long-term societal impacts of blockchain technology? How might Kiribatum contribute to those shifts?
It's truly fascinating to think about how this technology could fundamentally change the way we live and interact.
Yeah.
Blockchain has the potential to transform industries, empower individuals, and even reshape how we govern ourselves.
Wow, those are some big claims. Can you give us some concrete examples?
We've already touched on some areas like finance and supply chains,
Yeah.
but imagine a world where blockchain-based systems are used for voting,
Mhm.
healthcare record keeping,
Right.
property ownership, even managing our digital identities.
It sounds like we're on the verge of a major paradigm shift.
It does feel that way.
And Kiribatum, with its focus on user experience, interoperability,
Mm,
and those intriguing Baobab applications,
right.
could be right at the forefront of this revolution.
The future is unfolding right before our eyes.
Yeah.
And the choices we make today, both as individuals and as a society, will shape how this technology is used and what kind of world it creates.
That's a powerful thought to leave our listeners with.
It is.
As we wrap up this deep dive to the Kiribatum Network,
Yeah.
we've explored not just a specific technology, but a window into a future
Right.
full of possibilities and challenges.
It's a future that demands our attention, our critical thinking, and
Yeah.
our active participation.
Right.
The story of blockchain is still being written,
hmm
and each of us has a role to play in shaping its direction.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring, questioning, and engaging in these important conversations. The future's in our hands, and it all starts with understanding the power and potential of technologies like the Kiribatum Network. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.